Okay, so first, before we start this interview, I'd like to get your guys' information. So what is your name?
I'm Mike Greenshields,
Kevin Trent.
And how old are you two?
We're both 19.
19.
Where do you guys go?
J Sarge.
Okay, now that we have background information, let's go ahead and I guess start the interview from there. So, what is y'all's personal idea of what is happiness? Like, what is happiness to you guys?
Oh
Having a
man.
successful job. Having a trophy wife. I'm kidding.
So that's happiness to you, is like materialistic
Yeah.
stuff?
I mean,
If it is, I mean, that's,
not really. I mean, just actually that's kind of hard. Actually.
yeah, cause it's more of, once I get your idea of like what happiness is, it kind of leads into the rest of them, you know what I'm saying?
I find happiness most through relationships and not materialistic things. Like, yeah,
Having
having a lot of
friends.
money would be nice.
But you don't
That would make
need
things
it.
better.
But
you don't
having
need it.
But
friends.
really, for me, I need to have someone to love. I need to have friends. I need to have.
Yeah.
Okay,
Say it.
so from then, now that I kind of have y'all's idea of what happiness is in the first place, how does happiness interact with somebody becoming successful or succeeding in life?
'Cause
Does it
like-
have an interaction with it? Do they need to be
Somebody's
happy?
personal happiness and their success.
Yeah,
Yeah,
does
it
it
makes them-
interact with them
Yeah.
being successful?
Because it makes them want to try harder and like pushes them more and more because they have someone to support them
Well,
in the back. That's
It,
kind of
Okay.
it definitely has to do with that person's idea of successfulness and happiness. Like, I'm sure there's, like monks and things that don't have material items and they feel successful and they're
Right.
doing good things and they don't
Right.
have anything.
There's just
They're
different, I
nomads
guess,
and they're
it's
happy
just
in the way
completely
they are.
different views, yeah.
But then there's people that are rich and successful and
Yeah.
they find happiness through money.
Yeah, that leads into other stuff down the road. I'm gonna ask you guys towards the end of the interview. I guess off of that too, what is y'all's idea of failure? Like, what is failure to you?
I feel like I fail most when I disappoint the ones I love.
Is that failure just disappointing somebody to you?
just
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
I know failure for me is like when I know I can do better than this. And,
Right.
like,
Personal
Yeah.
recollection, I
yeah,
guess.
it's just like I can do way better than this, and like I'm
Right.
not like this.
Okay. And then from there, I guess from there, what is your ideas of success? What is somebody, when can somebody say they're a successful person? Like, what makes you say that you've succeeded in life?
When you retire,
Well, it's gonna take a long time for me to say when I'm successful in my life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's ways away.
But why do you say that though? But why? Do you have to be a
Because-
certain age?
I
Like
mean, I have a
certain-
lot of school.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel like I have succeeded in life yet. I feel like I have succeeded in
stuff,
aspects.
some categories.
Like I have friends I love. I
Like
have
we-
people I love. But I haven't succeeded in all the goals I set out for myself. I'm still in college. I
So
want to
succeed-
graduate from college. I want to get a nice job. Those are my goals.
So succeeding or being successful is
Achieving your goals.
achieving goals you've set for yourself throughout your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To an
and
extent.
that won't. I
Okay.
can't, really see if I'm gonna do those
Because
until I'm 70 years
yeah,
old.
'cause you
I'm
need to be older.
like-
That's basically what I had said in mine too as well. Just that basically I'm not gonna really know whether or not I'm successful
Yeah.
until I've really
Because who knows?
gotten to a
Who
point.
knows? Down the road, you have these goals. All of a sudden, you can change the goals to another goal.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the harder ones now I guess are the
Okay.
next two. What is the correlation between success and failure? Do you need to have failure to succeed, or
Yes.
can you succeed without ever experiencing failure?
you have to have failure because it helps you. It pushes you even harder.
Because my argumentative essay, I used different articles and different papers, and most of my articles were saying things that there are two different viewpoints in the world, and the more Western viewpoint is the road to success is very jagged with
Yeah.
multiple failures, but the road in the Eastern form of the world is that you don't necessarily need to be a failure first to succeed. You can lead just into success without ever having to experience
Hey,
it.
like Steve Jobs. I mean, he failed at college.
But he
Well-
chose
Oh, that's
to
true.
drop out of college.
That's true, but still, I mean,
So I mean, would you say it's more beneficial to somebody
yeah,
to
to
be
fail. Yeah.
to fail
It's
first?
definitely beneficial, but it's not necessarily necessary.
So you would say that it's not necessary to experience failure.
not in all cases.
Okay.
I feel like most people have already experienced failure at some point in their
Yeah,
life, so
Right. Basically,
the
what
other side of this viewpoint is just null.
the reason why I
Because
asked you
everybody
guys
has
this is
experienced
because
failure.
that was the biggest part of what my essay was first trying to, or my argumentative essay was trying to decide whether or not you needed to be a failure to experience success and how happiness correlates into it. That's why I asked you guys your opinions of happiness and failure, just so I can know what you thought of it first before you put them together.
Yeah.
So for me, what I personally thought was success for me is kind of like a ladder, and to be able to climb that ladder to success, the rungs are failures. Without ever having those failures, you can't make those rungs to climb that ladder to be successful.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what you guys kind of say, because I've also talked to people that think that people that are born into, like wealthy families or families with big companies
Yeah.
that don't ever experience failure because they're already born into something that somebody's already
Yeah,
gone
they're
down
gonna
that
take-
road. They don't
right.
need
Yeah.
to.
Take
They
away their
already
jobs,
have it.
you know,
Exactly.
right.
So it's just different viewpoints I like to see, I guess.
Well, I think failure makes the success sweeter, like you're saying. A person born into a rich family, they can start their own business easy peasy and call themselves a successful businessman,
Right.
having never failed because they have that money at their hands. They're so successful, and they might not feel great about it. They might not be ecstatic about it. But somebody that starts from nothing and then makes a
Means
successful
more to them.
business, that is much more rewarding,
Definitely.
and you could definitely see a difference.
Okay. So final, I guess, encompassing of this, can you be happy and unsuccessful? And can you be successful and unhappy?
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm not
definitely.
too successful right now, and I'm pretty happy.
Right.
Yeah, you can be unhappy.
So there's
and
just
successful.
a lot of my article too were people that talked about the reason why they felt like they couldn't fail to reach their success was because if they did fail, they wouldn't be happy because they wouldn't be successful.
It's
You know what I
not.
mean?
It's not a math equation. Success, happiness, failure, and sadness are not just static points that can just be equated.
Right.
It's all very dependent on the person and the experiences and just like what's going
Yeah.
on. It's not like this means happiness, this means sadness.
That's a different way to look at it for sure.
No, definitely.
All right. All right then.